this was kind of a little crossroads for me. They said, hey, we've already got someone doing a listening clinic. Could you do something on pedagogy? I said, yeah. And I'm thinking, oh, dear God, that's the worst thing ever for me, is talking about pedagogy with saxophone players.
Okay.
And
why is that?
oh, it's dry, it's boring.
It's
like, oh, like this intellectual conversation about chord scale relationships. I'm like, God, just get away from it. Just play music, like learn that stuff. But can't we talk about other things that are important, right? So I knew this about 9 months ahead of time, that I was going to be doing a talk. It's literally the day of the conference, and I have nothing. I'm not kidding. I have nothing prepared.
The day of.
The day of.
What time is it?
It's in the afternoon, and this is the morning, right? And I'm racking my brain, man. And so I'm literally in the shower getting ready to go. And I'm thinking about all the students I had worked with up until that point. What do they need? Like, what is it that they are lacking in what they're working on? And of course, it's fundamentals. So I came up with what I call the Big Five. And at the top of that is listening, right? So it included the thing I had already been working on. Tone and dynamics is second. Then the other three can come in any order: articulation, rhythm and time, and harmony, right? Harmony being the relationship between sounds. Rhythm and time being combined, because you can't have one without the other, right? And tone and dynamics, the same thing. Articulation, that's also about time and rhythm. So they're all connected. It's like 5 islands, but if you take away the water, they're connected underneath, right? And so
all this in the shower.
all this in the shower, right? And so it came to me. I was like, that's what I'm going to talk about. And so I've done so many clinics on fundamentals and the Big Five, and from that in turn, I'll go and I'll talk about improvisation and how to start improvisation. And so understanding the arpeggiations, what I call the spine, the backbone of the chord, and how to connect those arpeggios, that's playing the changes. That's literally playing the changes. You can't get any more playing the changes than if you're using the chord tones, right? And then once you have an understanding of that, then you can start to add in a half step underneath this, that, or the other thing. Right. So I try to show students is like, even again, just using one chord. And what I'll normally do is I'll do this call and response, and I'll show them exactly what I'm trying to get them to do. I'll play, and then they imitate. I'll play again, and they'll imitate. And then I'll say, okay, pick any 2 notes, or pick any other note of the chord you want to play, because it's going to sound a chord. So immediately it sounds good to them. And they're like, oh, I can do this, right? It's not rocket science. Right. But I have to also show them where the chords come from. So I'll put a C major scale on the board, and I'll show them, I'll go through the different modes and show them that there's 7 chords for each major scale. So if you want to know why we have to learn our major scales, this is why, because there's 7 chords in each of them for all 12 keys. So kind of unlocking any kind of mystery with that. And in the over 325 clinics I've done, there's only been 2 students ever that the night of the concert, they said, I can't take a solo tonight. I said, okay. It was just too much for them, too much emotion. And, but I've had incredible experiences with students, because you take the mystery out, you give them something that they can work on, right, that they will sound good at, right? And even if they're just playing some arpeggiations, right? Even if they're doing something with whatever, and like the simplicity of it can get complex in the rhythm of it. Like if you listen to African music, there's usually 2 chords going on. Might be 1 and 4, might be 1 and 5. The complexity of what's going on rhythmically is extraordinary. Right? So if you take that into improvisation also, take 1 chord, mix it up, like invert the chord. If it's let's say it's an E flat 7 chord, right? So the lowest note on the saxophone of that E flat 7 is the B flat. So you go B flat, D flat, E flat, G, etc., all the way up. So that's in what's called second inversion, right? And so understanding where these notes sit on the horn in these different inversions then gives you flexibility all the way throughout the instrument. And so I'll have students, I'll say, play me a solo only using the chord tones. And suddenly it sounds beautiful, right? It's like, it's kind of an epiphany for them because they want to talk about chord scale relationships. I'm like, show me any musician that you like that's playing scales for their improvisation.
Find that in a recording.
Yeah, and you won't find it. You know, like people are exploring some of that stuff. Coltrane in the Sheets of Sound was exploring some of that stuff, but it was also melody.
And that came long after.
Came long after, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So again, I'm a melody guy. That's what I'm looking for. So all these things that I'm working on in the clinics has to do with that. I'm also trying to break down this barrier between me and them, right? So that they trust me enough to play for me.
Right.
And I tell them, you know, we're going to leap off the cliff together. I'm not asking you to do it alone. There's a great old saying that says, leap and the net will appear. And I tell them, I'm not asking you to do it by yourself. I'm going to be with you. The whole band is going to be with you. What better situation could there be in your life than to take a chance around so many people who love you and support you?
Yeah.